Hello everybody and welcome back to Masu Pro Wrestling. I'm your host and sole commentator, Masu Pro Wrestlington. And tonight, we are in that sense of no man's land, as we say, in between championships. But no man's land is deepened even further with the next premium live event being divisions, meaning that there will be no championship match defended other than the MPW Openweight Championship. So the champions get the night off when it comes to divisions. But for the challengers, there are no nights off. We're going to start off with we're going to kick the show off with the starting of the Icon Division #1 Contenders Tournament. And we're going to have a little bit of a larger tournament. 12 contenders for the title. Starting off with Potato, Adore Potato. Gonna start off our round here and... Oh, no. It is gonna be Greg. I was gonna say the sound guy is off to lunch already, but no, it's Greg starting us off. Two masked men gonna go at it. Greg was this close to picking up his championship win in the Elimination Chamber, and since then he has not really had his opportunity. The Greg Nation is forming around this man, 1/4 of the coalition. We will have to look out for his other coalition members in the tournament to see who will be able to go one-on-one with FlairZero in roughly 2 months' time. Greg is definitely something you would call an underdog, someone you would call the dark horse in this match. But when it comes to Potato, I would say that Potato is definitely is not necessarily the favorite to win this match. I would say Potato has been an underdog in MPW for most of his career. Will this change which one can come out on top? Both these two are very unpredictable competitors, and it just takes that extra bit of motivation to be able to push yourself past this. So we're going to be not only having a #1 Contenders Tournament for the Icon Division, but we will have the Idol Division starting up next match. Their #1 contenders, same dealio, 12 people in this match, all pining for one shot in the final triple threat match for the #1 contenders for their respective titles. And we're going to start off, kicking off the show. Of course, Greg has a little bit of the reach advantage, a little bit of the height advantage, but I will say that when it comes to pure strength, Potato might just have it. Starting it off strong with a bear hug, trying to squeeze the life out of Greg, but of course, you know, you could get a tap early on, but not quite for Greg, bouncing Potato over his knee. Greg's success is growing even further from just joining the coalition. It seems that he has his own little cult fan base going, the Greg Nation, as we called it earlier, of people that stand behind him, seeing him as that average, everyday working man coming into the ring to do everybody's dream, to become a professional wrestler. All the fans' dreams of being able to step inside the squared circle and fight for some of the most coveted prizes in online wrestling. Potato, though, is not going to give up, not going to let up with those stiff shots and forearms striking the mask of Greg. When it comes to maybe formal training, I would say that Potato definitely has the edge against Greg, but Greg certainly has a bit of a unique style, tossing him out of the corner. Potato puts him down for a 2 count already, an early 2 count. Kip up by Greg off the ropes and a flying forearm. Like I said, unorthodox, unpredictable is Greg. And Greg's going to step over the top rope, follow Potato to the outside. Of course, they do have to the count of 10 to get back in the ring. But until then, the outside, everything they do on the outside is relatively legal, other than pulling out a foreign object. German suplex! Tossing him, release German. Potato sending Greg flying on the outside. Greg might be out cold, but Potato deciding to break the count, reset that back to 1. He's going to follow Greg on the outside. Suplex again! Bouncing Greg off the concrete. For someone like Potato, he's got a little bit of a chip on his shoulder. People call him a little bit too green, too new to the MPW arena, to the MPW Sport. Oh my god! But it's his turn to show people that he's ready for a championship back. Body drop again! The punishment to the spine continues with the relentless offense from Potato. Getting in at the count of 5. Potato maintains control as they transition back into the ring. But of course, commentators curse jawbreaker by Greg. And once again, sending his head off his knee. Going into the full mount on top of him. And he's going to bust open Potato under that mask. He's wearing a mask of crimson, but the forearm reversal. Potato feeling a little bit wobbly, goes for the cover on Greg. 1, 2. Potato nearly takes it again. Those shots to the back have done some damage to Greg, and you can visibly see it once again, pushing him back into the corner and tossing him across the ring. Potato might just have Greg exactly where he wants him. Picking him up from behind. Potato plunge! Plunging Greg into the canvas. Head first. Kick out at 2. Potato flips him around. Grabs him for a German suplex. One of the fanciest German suplexes in the business. But Potato's not done. Going maybe for a Potato plunge again. Reversal this time. Blocks the knee. Potato's a little bit wobbly. Maybe used too much energy. A combination of kicks. Spinning heel kick from Greg. Picking up steam. The pendulum switch. Greg spin. No! The knee blocks him. Potato has Greg's number. Rights and lefts. Saito suplex, dropping him on his shoulders. Have you ever seen a potato fly? You are gonna now. Crashing and burning, landing on that knee. And speaking of knees, driving it into the skull of Potato. This match has quickly picked up the pace. Greg got him up on his shoulders, inverted, falling down, DDT. Sweeps the leg. And now Greg trying to slow down the pace of the match, targeting the ribs, gets him in the face, rocks him with that shot. Now pulls the arm back and is looking to just maybe pull on the fingies, the phalanges of Potato, and driving the knees in the back. You could have said, you could have asked me 20 seconds ago, if you thought Greg was completely out of it. I would have said absolutely yes. My professional opinion is that Greg is completely out of this match, but he is somehow surviving and picking up pace. Potato maybe went too quickly, put too much foot on the gas, and now his tank might be running empty as Greg is systematically picking him apart. Greg's gonna meet him on the outside once again, but he hasn't had much luck on the outside so far. Will that continue? Suplex this time, trading that suplex back to Potato. Stomping his head against the concrete. And a running knee again. The knee strikes are adding up from Greg to Potato. Working over the legs, is going to drive him face first into the concrete. Multiple stomps to the back and pulling on the arms. Greg wants this opportunity as much as anybody else in this business. Throws him in at 5. Greg's back in the ring. If he can get one big move off, I think it could be it. Forearms pushing Potato back off the ropes. Spear by Greg to put Potato away. 1, 2, 3. No, kick out at 2.9. 2.9 voice crack from Potato. Greg going up top. Greg looking to fly. Drops the knee from the top rope. And Greg is hyped. Foot on the bottom rope there. Tied up in the bottom rope. Potato's back up running. Taking him down with a tackle. Could that last burst of energy been enough to put down Greg? Kick out at 2. A desperation pin, if you call it anything else. Ooh, knee strike, trading blows to the skull. Surprisingly similar tactics, but now going to the outside. Potato splashing. Greg on the outside. They're going to continue to brawl on the floor of the arena. Greg sweeps the leg as he gets back onto his feet. He's going to pick up Potato. 3 count. Greg wants to finish this in the ring. Circling around, looking for his opportunity, maybe taking a breather. 4. I said Greg wants to finish this in the ring, but maybe I was wrong. Kick scattered with a left hand. Now a couple rights of his own. Spinning back fist. Catching Potato. They are just brawling on the outside. Rocked him with that hand. Potato off the ropes. Ducks under. Ooh, big liver punch. Targeting the liver deadlift. Discus forearm. Ripcord forearm. And now Greg going onto the middle ropes. Catching Potato as he enters. And then goes for the cover. 1, 2 to catch Potato off guard. Kick out of 2, though. These two are looking for any opportunity they can to pick up this win. Greg, I got a second spear. I think Greg might be moving on. 1, 2, 3, and Greg, the Greg Nation, behind him as Greg moves on to the second round. The first member of the coalition to move on in the tournament, the #1 contenders tournament. We could see Greg go all the way as we will move on to the start of the Idol Division #1 contenders tournament next. All right, let us start the second match of the night, and kicking off the first match of the Idol Division #1 contender tournament. Starting us off to enter that is one half of the MPW Tag Team Champions, Emrys Morgana La Primera. Emrys Morgana, one half of the MPW Tag Team Champions with MintyClovers, leaving her title in the back, as this is the singles tournament. I mean, Emrys also does like to parade MintyClovers around with the title like a trophy. If you aren't familiar, you're going to want to keep your eyes on her, because she is going to do anything it takes to win, no matter what. Emrys Morgana starting us off. I mean, what else more can you say about one of the most dastardly idols in the division? Let's just hope her opponent has good spirits, and if I know this one, no matter what happens, no matter who wins, loses, or losses, no matter what happens tonight, today is going to be a good day, as MintyClovers will be her opponent. Former Idol Division champion MintyClovers. We haven't seen MintyClovers with an Idol Division championship around her waist in a long time. Speaking of a long time, I got the exact date here if I get my notes. We haven't seen her hold the title since basically like a year ago, actually. Season 1, it's not a Christmas show. She held the title for 70 days and was the 3rd Idol Division champion ever. And we have not seen her since. We've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different champions between Minty's last title reign. But Emrys is willing to do anything it takes to win, but I gotta say, MintyClovers is one of the hardest idols to put down, so this is gonna be a test of endurance. Bumps him. It's gonna be a test of endurance. Backbreaker, and then the club to the back of the neck. MintyClovers is almost the perfect counter to someone like Emrys Morgana, the person that, the type of wrestler that wants to get under their opponent's skin, get in their opponent's head, use trickery, and tomfoolery to just get the upper hand, but MintyClovers, she is just a beacon of positivity. I don't think there's a negative thought in her head. So it's going to be a rough one for Emrys Morgana to try and pick up a win here. Both starting off taking it slow, targeting the right arm of MintyClovers. Of course, though, a battle of endurance does lean in Emrys Morgana's favor, as she is a submission specialist. So the longer this match goes, the more worn out you'll be, and the more susceptible you will be to the hemlock. And you may tap. May see Minty tap out. Forearm to the jaw. And already cover. Early on, kick out at 1. Just testing the water, see how it goes. MintyClovers grabbing the ears of Emrys Morgana. Forearm again takes her down. Working over the arm again. Standing shooting star press. The high flyer versus the submission specialist. The tale as old as time. Emrys Morgana really waiting for opportunities to put in some offense. Rolls through. I don't think I've ever seen anyone roll out of that elbow. MintyClovers expertly moving out of the way. I mean, if you're going to consider anyone to be a veteran of MPW, it would have to be MintyClovers. Has been here since the beginning. When it comes to seniority, MintyClovers has it over Emrys Morgana. DDT, flattening her head first into the canvas. Emrys, a little bit of hesitation. Could cost you the match, but targeting with the back of the leg there. Emrys Morgana pulling MintyClovers to the corner. MintyClovers gets out of it. And Minty get the elbow off. Swinging neck breaker. And a standing moonsault. Excuse me, I almost said shooting star press, but that's the opposite, basically. But I say that that Emrys Morgana is a submission specialist, but MintyClovers has some submissions of her own. We just very rarely see her pull them out. Locks it in. I don't know if that was the right move for MintyClovers to do that. But MintyClovers trying a little bit of something. I don't know if that's the right move to go up against a submission specialist. Say that 20 times fast. MintyClovers flips her over to the belly-to-belly. Emrys knows as much about locking in submission holds as she does about getting out of them. MintyClovers knows as much about risking her life as she does putting her life in jeopardy. Oh my god! Just a little bit too short. Some air and a few hairs distance from stomping Emrys Morgana in the face, but it looks like MintyClovers is showing nowhere. Neck breaker off the shoulders. Standing booty popping moonsault. MintyClovers showing no signs of that landing affecting her. Cross arm breaker on the floor. Again, maybe Minty trying to get into the head of Emrys Morgana. Reversal Enziguri. They gotta mind the referee's count. And MintyClovers sees it at the count of 5, wants to get back in. Does look like MintyClovers is slowing down a little bit. Standing shooting star press again. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Going back to the well. And now MintyClovers close to the ropes, maybe? Nope. Emrys Morgana's gonna fight out of her grip. Gonna break out of it and smack in the back of the head with authority. Where is Emrys going? Wherever it was, it's not gonna happen. As MintyClovers unloading shots to Emrys, trying to back her up into the ropes. The most dangerous place you could be in. Reversal though. Now kicking that inside, or the back of the leg. Russian leg sweep. MintyClovers, I think, is feeling some kind of way off the ropes. Oh, through the ropes! Let's go! Clothesline! She is doing that just to pop me. 1, 2. MintyClovers pointed up to my booth and said, watch this. I'm about to do the funny clothesline and actually hit it this time. I'm fucking dead. Targets the leg with an elbow. Once again, what is MintyClovers looking for? Whatever it is, Emrys pops up, now putting Minty against the ropes, and Minty sends her up and over. Minty deciding just to meet her on the outside, not give her a moment of respite. Another one, I was going to say, going back to the well, but this time, Emrys is smart to it, gets the knees up. I bet landing on those studded boots does not feel good. Sending her into the steel steps. Emrys would happily take a count-out victory, but I don't see it happening. At a 4 count, Emrys Morgana already celebrating, her ego showing. 6 count. Minty's going to take her time. She's got loads of time left to get back in the ring. Going to make sure to maximize those seconds. Spinning back kick off the ropes. And now Emrys is going up, saying if you can do submission holds, I can do high-flying maneuvers. And that's exactly what she does. Shoulders down, center of the ring. 1, 2. Kick out of 2. I said at the beginning of the match, MintyClovers is not someone to take lightly and probably one of the hardest idols to take down. Leg lock. Minty's got nowhere to go. We could see the tap. Minty trying to reverse it and does, but that wear on the leg is definitely going to affect Minty's ability to jump. Tries to go for it again. MintyClovers off the rope. Drop kick, I said, going to affect her her ability to jump, but apparently she says, fuck you. Emrys Morgana got behind her, looking for something. The hemlock. Hemlock locked in. MintyClovers. We can see MintyClovers tap, and she does, like again at the beginning of the match I said, a match of endurance is only going to be going in Emrys's favor as the hemlock locks in an immediate tap by MintyClovers. Emrys Morgana will move on to the next round of the Idol Division tournament, the first winner of the Idol Division #1 Contenders tournament. We're going to continue these tournaments as we go on the next couple weeks. Emrys Morgana starting it hot, putting a message out to the rest of the roster as we will move on once again to the Icon Division #1 Contenders tournament, the second match of the first round. All right, it's time for our semi-main event of the evening. We kicked off tonight's show with the start of the Icon Division #1 Contenders tournament, and we will be continuing it in this match, getting 2 matches per week here for the #1 Contenders tournament. One of the largest #1 Contenders tournaments we've had in a long time. 12 members from each division in each tournament. Dragthulu, a former Icon Division champion, former openweight champion as well. We have not seen Drag. Drag is also the 3rd Icon Division champion, much like MintyClovers was the 3rd Idol Division champion. We have not seen, and Drag lost it at the same event, not a Christmas show, in Season 1. Can Dragthulu move on and get to the next round of the tournament? We haven't seen Dragthulu with the Icon Division Championship around his waist in a long time. We haven't seen him with any championships around his waist, but he's put his spoon in a couple different bowls. He's got a little bit of a tag team alliance with Bonk. He's dabbled in the openweight division. This man has really done it all. Can he become a 2-time Icon Division champion? Or will he lose to his opponent here tonight in the second match of the first round? The winner of this match will be going on next week, or not next week, but next round, to face Greg. After Greg had somewhat of an upset victory against Potato, I don't know, it's hard to say. It's hard to say when you have someone like Greg who has a very inconsistent win-loss record. Greg seems to show up when it matters, but we'll have to see if that's the same for Dragthulu. Each match requires a unique headspace. What kind of headspace does Dragthulu have to be in to pick up the win here? I feel like we have seen these two lock up before in the center of the ring, but we haven't in a while, I don't think. It is Dobby. Dobby has yet to see any championships in his career so far, but has challenged for the Icon Division Championship. He's made it to that top position, but just was too short, not enough strength to grasp that brass ring. Can Dobby do it? Can Dobby move all the way? I mean, if you can win a tournament like this, move all the way to the final triple threat, that is going to be an impressive, not only impressive to get that title shot, but that's going to be impressive to increase your stock in MPW. Get people behind you. It's going to be an impressive feat. And if there's anything that we love at MPW, it is feat that is impressive. What I can say about these two is this is going to be a hard-hitting fight. When it comes to just beating the shit out of each other, there are too few that can come up to Dragthulu and Dobby. And they're going to start it off right. Kicks and punches, like I said. When it comes to just beating the shit out of each other, these two know what they're doing. They are professors in that field. And Dobby is going to start off hot. We talked about Greg being a little bit unorthodox in the previous Icon Division #1 Contenders match. But when it comes to the most unorthodox, I think in MPW, I have to give it to Dobby. Truly a bare-knuckle brawl street fighter. As he gets off the top rope, decides against it. I was going to say we don't see Dobby go up top very often. Drops under, bumps him. And Dobby's maintaining control as he hangs Drag to dry. Greg gets back on his feet. It's going to send Dobby up and over the top rope, right in front of the French-Canadian commentators table. Ooh, and a drop kick to the side of the jaw on the floor. Both these two men love the outside of the ring and thrive on it. Obviously, Dragthulu, a former openweight champion, completely familiar with having to fight in any element. 3 count, sending Dobby back into the ring. Referee giving them time to fight on the outside. Haymaker shots from Dragthulu. And a hammer fist to the back. Rocking their shit. And a flurry of punches raining down onto Dobby. Tries to reverse it. Gets hyperextension on his leg. Single leg drop kick. A little bit too short. Dobby gets back up. And is pulling the arm for Dragthulu. And a little bit of a back body drop. Like arm maneuver. Landing his back on his arm. Kick out at 1. Deadlift. Into a power bomb. Just a jackknife power bomb. And once again, going for that deadlift. Gonna flatten him. I've just made this realization now that Dragthulu's shirt is like the exact same color as the mat. Dragthulu sends him. Ooh, just a stiff kick across the chest. Goes for the cover again. Testing the waters of the match, seeing how far they need to go. Testing to see how much damage has already been dealt. Now getting him into like a skull end submission hold type on the floor. Dobby gets those knees to the temple. Ooh, goes for a big punch, gets caught with a kick again. And now it's time for Drag to deadlift Dobby, and he is not a light man. Running power slam. Dragthulu is once again going to meet Dobby on the outside for the second time this match. Attacking the inner leg. I could not tell you which side I would be supporting or thinking that's going to win. Chops and punches. It could go either way for either of these two. Dobby's going to make it into the ring at 3 count. Dragthulu taking his time on the outside. He's got loads of time to take a breather. And it looks like Dobby is going to enjoy this well-desired breather in between this lull in the match. And the stare down between these two, the tension. And a scoop slam. Giving him no chance to breathe when he enters the ring. It's all business. Clothesline. Ducks his own. Back body drop. Sends him up and over into a spine buster. Now Dobby going for a cover. Kick it at 2. Well, the difference between Dobby and Dragthulu is that Dobby has been able to get to that opportunity, get to that highest point. But for Dragthulu, he's actually done it. He's gotten the championships. He's actually achieved it. He hasn't just gotten second place. He hasn't just made it to the top and lost bumps him. He has made it all the way. That is the difference between Dobby and Dragthulu. How will that show in this match? Will Dobby be able to overcome that? Gun stun! Gun stun connects! But he doesn't go for the cover. Maybe believes that there's going to be a little bit more that he needs. Dobby is not letting Dragthulu breathe. Running shoulder tackle. Exploding right through him. And an Inzagiri takes Dobby down. Double axe handle. Dobby back. Ooh, spins. Spins Dragthulu around, targeting the back. Drives his form into the back once more. Gets him in the corner. What is Dobby thinking? Whatever it is. Dragthulu had it scouted. Abyssal. Tombstone. And that might have just been exactly what I was talking about. The difference between Dobby and Dragthulu. Kick out at 2, and Dragthulu can't believe it. Does Dragthulu think that this might be the beginning of the end for Dobby? He doesn't want to let his ego get the better of him. Suplex. Good soup. As he makes it to the middle ropes. But once imbued with magic middle ropes. Flying forearm fuck you kick or something. I don't even know what that was. Might have hit him with his knee and his forearm. Kick to the inside of the knee. Dragthulu Snapmare drops the knee, says, hey, you're going to kick my knee, I'm going to drop it on you. Dragthulu in the corner looking for something, hyping himself up in the corner. Maybe trying to get the crowd behind him. Spins him around, cross arm breaker. We did see in the last match a submission victory for Emrys Morgana. Could we see a submission victory for Dragthulu? No, breaks out of it. And now gets a full mount onto Dragthulu. Once again, the ground and pound continues. Dobby going up top for the second time this match. But will we see him actually do something from this position? Double axe handle. Does connect for him. A little bit of a safer maneuver from the high rent district. But an effective one nonetheless. Once again, Dobby gets caught slacking. Abyssal Tombstone. I think that might be it. Pulls him away from the ropes. Rope break, though. His foot was just a little bit too close to the ropes. I think that could have been it. Dobby looks out of it. Dragthulu elbow drop from the top. Is that going to be far enough? Again, rope break. He didn't move him out of the way. Dragthulu is letting it slip. Cross arm breaker. Pulls him away. Is that going to be enough? Adapt, overcome. No, Dobby gets out of it. That might have been a big misstep for Dragthulu. And I think it might have been gun stun. I think Dragthulu might have just costed himself the match too. Oh, kick out of 2. Dragthulu holds on after the misstep, but he's not in a good position. Sending Dragthulu in the corner. What is Dobby looking for here? He's coming once again back to this location. What is Dobby looking for? Could we see it from the top rope? Avalanche powerbomb! Sends him across the ring. 1, 2, 3. Dobby took advantage fully of Dragthulu's misstep, and he will be moving on to the next round against Greg. Could this be Dobby's time to earn himself a shot at the MPW Icon Division Championship? I don't know how the Idols will be able to follow up that match, but we are going to move on to our main event. It is time for the main event of the evening. And we're continuing the Idol Division #1 Contender Tournament. The winner of this match will go on one-on-one against Emrys Morgana in the second round. It is none other than the right hand of the Shogunate, Ayasu. 1/3 of the Shogunate. The follower of the current champion, Rize. The self-proclaimed Panda Archon herself, Rize. Longest reigning Idol Division champion, I should say, Rize. Is having a little bit of dissension, or maybe dissension in the ranks, or could it be a plant in the tournament for Rize? Ayasu was a big component of the Elimination Chamber match that helped, that got Rize to retain the championship for the first time ever in an Elimination Chamber. And now Rize has held the championship for hundreds of days. That wasn't supposed to fall off my desk, but that's okay. That was a very dramatic fall. Rize has had it for over 175 days. But could we see infighting between Ayasu and Rize if Ayasu makes it this far in the tournament? Or could we see Ayasu knock out some heavy hitters from the tournament and giving Rize another easy win? Rize's got the month off with divisions just around the corner for defending the title, but could they potentially have 2 months off? Of course, we've seen Pandas fight Shibas many times. It's the tale as old as time in MPW, and we might see a blue panda take on a gray Shiba. It is MamaInu looking for that chance again. MamaInu has always been the bridesmaid, never the bride when it comes to the Idol Division Championship. Constantly just getting almost to the top, almost to that opportunity, but never quite making it all the way. Can this be MamaInu's time to earn a shot at the Idol Division Championship? The member of the MPW roster that's been in this business the longest. Does she have what it takes to make it all the way through to the finish line? I mean, she was in basically she was almost the #1 contender for the Idol Division last month. Was in TeaTheShiba's corner for the championship match. The Familia Ties versus the Shogunate. Unfortunately for T, was unable to pick up the win there with a lot of help from the Shogunate in the corner. This could be an opportunity as well for MamaInu to take this, because this has become personal. Ayasu and Azanaza definitely took their time to interrupt the matches between TeaTheShiba and Rize at MPW Presents one more time. MamaInu, of course, the mother of TeaTheShiba, blocks the hits, but doesn't block that one. Defense is broken through. Sends her off the rope in a forearm. Bouncing her for a third time. So it will be not an easy task for MamaInu as they're going up against the powerhouse that is Ayasu. Former openweight champion, won the openweight championship in their debut match. Off the ropes again with the soccer kick. Rolls through it as MamaInu this time. Ayasu, big overhand fist. Doesn't take her all the way down, but sends her on her back. Kick out of 2. Rolls from the knee again. MamaInu trying to pick up some steam. Forearm kip up. We have been seeing a more confident MamaInu in the ring as of recently, but it still has not just been enough to get her this. This would be a big opportunity for MamaInu if she could make it all the way. Ayasu going up top. Could we see a big splash from the Blue Panda? 1, 2. Kick out of 2. Ayasu already arguing with the ref. The match has barely begun. Forearm misses this time. And a double choke bomb for her troubles. MamaInu rolling out of the ring as Ayasu follows suit. I'm gonna drive the knee again. Elbow drop. Rolls through. Sends Ayasu back into the ring. MamaInu's got a lot of the defensive strategies on lockdown here. Getting out of the way of a lot of moves, but isn't getting that offense in right now. We're going to have to see if this is going to be a long game kind of play for MamaInu, or this is going to be an issue. MamaInu on the outside. Power bomb into the apron. Spins Ayasu around. Shoulder into the apron. Again, that's the hardest part of the ring. Colliding with flesh. Okay, never mind, MamaInu. You seem to know what you want to do. 3 count, but Ayasu catches her. Off the rope, drop kick a little bit too early. That misstep, MamaInu running the ropes, old-fashioned way. Sends MamaInu in the corner, driving the shoulder. And now just stomping a mud hole into MamaInu in the corner. Goes for the cover. 2 count. A near fall for MamaInu if she's not careful. One small move could be the end of it. Ayasu just wants to get this match over with, it looks like. The frustration is already showing, but could that be her potential downfall? Kick out 1. You can't let MamaInu get those opportunities on you. Crossbody missed it. MamaInu blocks whatever Ayasu was trying to do. Hooks around, German suplex, the power. As I said again, the powerhouse of the Shogunate. MamaInu. Pile driver! Jesus Christ! Sit out pile driver to young whippersnapper. Dropping her on her neck. Chopping her in the corner. And now MamaInu mounts the middle rope and just flurry of punches in the corner. Bunches of punches. Ayasu getting out of it early. Clothesline. Ayasu. 3 clotheslines. Got MamaInu in the corner. Ooh, setting her up on the top rope. Whatever it was, MamaInu avoids it. So, I'm sorry, I love you. Super kick busting Ayasu open. But MamaInu is tired. A desperation kick from MamaInu. The wear of the match is showing heavily on MamaInu as Ayasu is the first person to get up. Could this be an inevitable loss for MamaInu? Gets the dropkick this time. Eyeing MamaInu across the ring like a shark. In bloodied water, knee up. MamaInu reverses it. Steps back in. Clothesline again. Ayasu wasting no time. The haste ducks under that clothesline. Ripcord drop kick. Ayasu going back up top. Looking for maybe a splash. No, maybe a double axe handle. Drop kick. An unlikely maneuver from Ayasu, but it's a welcome one. Ayasu's looking to end this match early as the blood drips from her face. MamaInu looking worse for wears, but no! Gets back up, crossbody! Connects this time. MamaInu showing a little bit of fire left in her, and she's up to her old tricks. No! Got the elbow, reversal, a reversal again! Back and forth! Atomic drop! Into the atomic drop! MamaInu slowing it down just a few seconds, trying to control the pace of the match. Now targeting the fingies of Ayasu, stomping the fingers, the phalanges, if you will, spins her around, up to her old tricks again. MamaInu to move on. 1, 2, no, kick out at 2. It's always kick out at 2 for MamaInu. Ayasu back up. Sends MamaInu in the corner. Diving shoulder tackle. Referee perfectly in the way of the camera. Dropping her on her shoulder blades. MamaInu could be out cold. 1, 2. Kick out at 2. Not quite out for the count yet. Ayasu knee strike. Right to the temple. Stomp down on the chest. Ayasu this might be the last nail in the coffin for MamaInu, feeling the blues. MamaInu might just say her prayers tonight. Ayasu moves to the next round and will face Empress Morgana in the next round of the Idol Division #1 Contenders Tournament. Taking out any challenger for Rize, or is she going for the gold? We'll only know if she makes it all the way, but that was Masu Pro Wrestling. We will see you guys next week. I'm Masu Pro Wrestlington, and thank you for watching.